Did you feel that you established doubt in his mind there when you took the first 4 or 5 rounds?
Well, I had nothing but positive in my mind. I knew if I did if I stayed so focused and wouldn't get frustrated, you know, that I would become heavyweight champion.
Can you see him getting discouraged? Was he getting discouraged?
I think that I was hurting early, but you know, he's a strong man. And he's going to take a lot of shots.
Champ, you got
chopping at the tree, and then you're going to eventually chop that tree down.
You got knocked down, and you were really cussing to yourself. You were upset that you got knocked down. What were you thinking about then?
When I got knocked down, I was laxed. And he kind of caught me on balance because I wasn't really hurt. You know, a lot of emotion. You know.
What are you thinking about right now? What do you feel right now this very moment?
I feel...
Where's the law? I mean, did you...
I feel relieved.
Coming in?
You did it for your mother?
I did it for my mother. I did it for my team. Jimmy Johnson, Jeffrey College, John Russell, my son.
I think the big fight now is going to be a rematch at Trump Plaza between Mike Tyson and Buster.
You're going after the great guns?
Well, I guess we go after everything, right? But this was the greatest upset in sports history. It was an unbelievable fight.
You're not going to get beat on the rematch.
I always thought I could beat him. And I always thought I had the tools to beat him. You know, it was just a matter of getting in there and exploiting them and staying focused. And that's what I did tonight. I had the opportunity, and I took great advantage of it. And I thank that Jesus Christ for giving me the strength.
Holyfield on hand to look at what many thought would be a Mike Tyson victory. Instead, of course, it turned into one of the biggest upsets in heavyweight history. First of all, Evander, let me ask you, are you surprised by the outcome?
Well, not really surprised. I came into this fight with an open mind that I was going to fight the winner of the match, because my goal is to be the heavyweight champion of the world, not just to fight Mike Tyson, even though, you know, the money was depending on Mike Tyson.
What do you think is the main reason? What do you think is the main reasons for Buster Douglas pulling this upset off? He kept Mike Tyson at bay pretty much from the start to the finish of this fight.
Well, James Buster Douglas came in to win, and when an individual make up in his mind that he came to win, it's going to be a good fight, he had the skills that necessary and had the desire, and that was one to fight for.
Of course, you guys don't put your minds on losing very much. If you're the champion right now, you've just lost. What goes through a guy's mind when you've lost a fight like this in your opinion?
Well, in my opinion, I think you have to go back and regroup, and you look at your films and you try to put your state of mind how you were feeling in the fight. Did you get off first, or did the other guy dictate the pace? And usually, when you lose the fight, you don't fight your fight. And the fact is, Buster Douglas fought his fight this time. Mike Tyson didn't fight his fight.
Buster seemed to exploit what weaknesses Tyson had, and weakness in Tyson is a strange term there because most people thought he had none. Did you know of these weaknesses in Mike Tyson all along that were exploited tonight?
Well, everybody have a weakness, and the weakness is not fighting your fight. And Mike Tyson didn't fight his fight, Buster Douglas fought his fight, because it's almost impossible for two fighters to fight they fight when they're in the ring, and especially when one man is tall, one man is short.
All right, you expect to get the shot next at Buster Douglas for the championship. Would it bother you a lot if Buster Douglas gave Mike Tyson a rematch before June, the scheduled date of your fight with Mike Tyson, supposedly coming off in Atlantic City?
Oh, yes, it will. Yes, I've been waiting in line for a long time. I've been very patient, and I'm the #1 contender. And Tyson had his chance, and he lost. And I feel that it's only right for me to get my opportunity.
All right, Evander, thanks a lot for being with us. Evander Holyfield joining us live here from the Tokyo Dome, and we'll have more updates on the biggest upset in heavyweight history, James Buster Douglas over Mike Tyson here at the Tokyo Dome to become the new undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Let's go back to SportsCenter.
Okay, thanks, Eric. Yeah, Holyfield might not mind being a little patient if he thinks Tyson can win a rematch. Mean a lot more money for Holyfield.
Sure, and Holyfield not surprised?
Yeah.
Yeah, come on. He's the only one.
Week in sports, I'm Carolyn Burns. The biggest story of the week happened late last...
Ohio, some 36 hours after knocking Mike Tyson's windows of invulnerability into smithereens. The 29-year-old Douglas is officially the IBF heavyweight champion, although the WBC and the WBA are withholding their...
Douglas was up by the count of 9 when he was literally saved by the bell. The WBA and WBC said the titles will remain in limbo until a decision is reached at special meetings to be held next week. Mike Tyson, on the other hand, held a press conference this morning. Our Eric Clemens is in Tokyo. He files this report.
We review all the facts, and we had to have a special meeting with our executive committee people also the championship committee members, in order to make the final decision that we had to discuss also with the people of the WBC in order to make a jointly decision.
We are supervisors of title fights that our organization recognizes or not. It is our obligation to fight for justice. It is our obligation to let the people present the case, review it in accordance to the belief of the people that from the WBC make a decision.
Suleiman later insisted that a rematch was mandatory. Tyson, meanwhile, insisted he hadn't lost as a result of taking Douglas too lightly. He feels that anything short of a chance to regain the titles would be improper.
But I still want to fight him again. You know what I mean? Your guys knew me for years. I never cried or bitched about anything. Forgive my French. But you know what I mean? I walk it like I talk it. You know what I mean? I'm just asking for a fair chance. You know what I mean? I don't mind. I lost before. Nothing's wrong with losing. I can handle a loss, but I want to lose fairly.
Everybody's seen the facts, and the facts are irrefutable and incontrovertible.
Douglas was in the middle of a victory celebration with family and friends at the time of the joint news conference. The feelings from his camp were made crystal clear. Could you, in your mind, have gotten up earlier?
Right. I wasn't, and this is honestly, I wasn't hurt. It was basically, you know, like being knocked down off balance. You know, it was just a shot that I didn't see, and the momentum of it made me go back. You know, it was late in the fight, but I wasn't hurt because I immediately, you know, my reaction was like, damn, you know, and I caught the count, you know, and when he said 6 and 7, 8, I got up. You know, I was out after 7, I got up at 8. You know, and then, you know, was ready to continue in the bell round.
We won that fight. There's no question about it. We knew we was going to beat him when we left coming out here. We knew we was going to win this fight. Did nobody believe us, but we believed it, and we won it.
It's a disgrace what they're doing. It's a total disgrace. But that just shows the lack of character and respect for the game and everything else. The people that are doing this.
The press contingent debated the issues at hand, most falling on the side of Buster Douglas, feeling the matter had been settled in the way it was meant to be, with the gloves. Yeah, do you think Douglas should have been declared the winner?
Douglas was the winner. He knocked the guy out. He whipped his butt. He beat him really bad.
The surprise result cost Evander Holyfield millions. He was the next in line for a big payday against Tyson. His camp hopes the indecision of the WBA and WBC won't cost him a well-earned title shot.
We believed that our guy, Evander, was going to be the first guy to knock Mike Tyson out. And now Buster Douglas upset the apple cart, which, you know, he fought a great fight. And now all of a sudden they're playing with the decision, so we don't know what's going to happen. All we want is Evander to get his shot. He's earned it. He's beaten 5 contenders in a row. He's been #1 contender for a year. We just want him to get his shot.
We wanted to fight Evander Holyfield and then fight Mike Tyson again. But I'll tell you what, they can forget it. They can forget it. They can go anywhere they want to go. I mean, who wants to pay to see Mike Tyson now, especially because of this stuff? If he would have been a man, if Don King and them would have been a man and said, hey, he got beat, you know, let's work out something so that they can fight again, then fine, you know, but they're taking that attitude, so to hell with them, you know.
Just hours after what many considered a great moment for boxing, with the heavyweight championship changing hands and the biggest upset in the division's history, has now become yet another black eye for the sport. 3 young men want to be treated fairly and equally, and now it appears at least one of them will be left out in the cold. Reporting from Tokyo, Eric Clemens, ESPN.